Cancel.
Schweezy.
Let's move on. Can men wait for marriage, like non-religious men? I grew up with my family telling me that men don't fall in love, they just want to have sex, and maybe after marriage, love happens. I'm so confused because nowadays everyone is having sex and I want to wait. Do men actually fall in love, like emotionally, without having sex, or is it more complicated? And will they wait for marriage? So, this is a loaded question here. Not a loaded question. I don't think that's the proper term what I need to be using. What I will say in regards to this, so women, it's a kind of a thing, like, you're obviously a woman. Women need to understand that our cum, what's stored in our balls, pee is stored in the balls. Our cum, that's stored in the penis. I guess that's where it's stored. Maybe it's both stored in the balls. Like, one ball is for pee and the other ball is for cum. I think that's what the proper science term is. They don't realize that it's somewhat of like a poison for men, and we just got to get rid of it. And that's why men kind of think they want sex all the time, and that's kind of the idea of it. And that's basically it. We just have to. We biologically have to jizz. That's just
This is the type of guy you get.
So yeah, that's the thing with men though. So and it's better when you're in love with someone. That's a true fact. So and then I'll go into your other portion of this question. Do men actually fall in love, or do they just want sex? So whoever say men don't fall in love is probably been hurt by a lot of people. Men exclusively, probably. Men do fall in love, and we may not show it the same way women do. Men typically show love in the form of like actions, not in the form of like verbally saying it. Like men will say I love you, but like they're more likely to show that they love you and stuff like that. And kind of sex is a good positive to go along with that. So the thing is though, a man could be in love with you. However, if you decide you want to wait till marriage, I come from you saying like a non-religious man. I grew up Christian, as we've kind of discussed earlier in the episode. What I can say though is like people get married super quick, like less than a year, mainly because they just want to bang. Like you could be in love with that person, but like you've also not known them for very long at that point, or dated them for very long to really understand the situation in regards to that. So when you're just like rushing to have sex, I'm like, oh, man, I want to start having sex, and so people rush into marriages, and they don't always end well. And so, like my friends were like, oh, I can't believe you're not in a relationship. I'm like, yeah, but at least I'm not like going to have to go to marriage counseling and stuff like that. Like I'm waiting just for, the right person. I'm not going to like hold out, like get married as quick as possible just so I can have sex. Such shit like that. Hey, Frankie. But men do fall in love. But the thing was like holding out for sex though, is like you could rush into marriage and you may not know if you really love them or if like it actually will work out between them. But then you signed a legal contract with whatever state you live in, legalizing that you formed a union. And then if you need to split for any reason, you had to get lawyers involved and sign paperwork and money involved with it. And you could lose things you own, and she could lose things she owns. That's the big thing though, and that's why I'm very hesitant into the idea of waiting till marriage to pork, because if like you're only into someone for sex, it's kind of like don't get married to them, the idea though. So nice thing about not waiting is you can kind of figure out and make sure it's all consensual and shit, but you can kind of figure out like what do you like. Make sure you actually both love each other before you do anything, not just like, oh, he's saying he loves me, so he can get in my pants. There's a big difference between that. So, Frank wants out, but I'm not going to let him. What we can also say is he gonna check on the door. There's Frankie in the background. What I can also say, but men fall in love. That's not a weird thing at all. We're thinking, I'm just watching Frank. But yeah, I think it's stupid to say that men don't fall in love. They only want sex. Like, that's not true at all. We want sex, but we also want to fall in love. Frank can open the door. He can get out. He's done it before. So yeah, that's all I really have to say on that. Well, look at you. You just finished one of the many highlights from Cancel Schweezy. Glad you watched, and I hope you learned something important in your life today. We have more highlights available for you to watch, out now, available now for you to watch. And we got full episodes as well. So don't be stingy and go watch another highlight. And like I said, stay awesome.